What happens when a trained and skilled MMA fighter ends up in a street fight or a bar fight with a completely unskilled punk with zero training? The MMA fighter is going to rear naked choke that untrained punk to death, right? Well, maybe. But the most appropriate and accurate answer to the question is not every time.
What? What a duck are you blathering about, you hater?
Well, it sounds unfair, right? But that's how the world is, unfair, isn't it? Hey guys, it's Devaluate Mishra, aka Divs, a karateka, a martial arts enthusiast, an athlete, and an instructor. And in the next few minutes, I'm gonna tell you how MMA doesn't teach that a martial art should. Imagine an MMA fighter who goes into a bar to grab a manly mug of beer, but boom, a cocky punk bumped into him, spilling all his lovely beer. The punk abused the MMA fighter for ruining his branded Outlaw printed t-shirt. The pained, hurt, vengeful MMA fighter punched the punk. Then, a bunch of colorful punks with broken bottles, chains, glass pieces and rods jumped into the fight. The fighter, being so skilled and trained for years, knocked each and every big toothed punk, followed by the arrival of a referee, lifting the fighter's arm, and the crowd cheered and applauded for the fighter. Well, why does it sound so illogical? At least to me. Now, let's take a bit more practical approach to what may actually happen. The punk abused the MMA fighter for ruining his branded Outlaw t-shirt. The pained, hurt, vengeful MMA fighter punched the punk, but then a bunch of colorful punks with broken bottles, chains, glass pieces and rods jumped into the fight. The fighter threw some awesome straights and hooks and ended up strangled from sides and behind and got beaten with rods, chains and broken bottles, harming the rest of his MMA career. Police too filed a complaint against the punks and the fighter for causing damage in the bar. Sounds somewhat logical, right? Not that illogical like the previous scenario. Now let's try to see what MMA or other sports like MMA, like boxing, doesn't offer you or doesn't teach you. Well, it teaches you everything that a martial art should, except for choosing the battles wisely. Being strong and being able to fight is a great feeling, is an awesome feeling. But at the same time, it's not sufficient for the streets. In the streets, you must be knowing when and where to fight. Because if you don't know this, then it doesn't matter how strong or skilled you are. You can easily get harmed or killed. So, knowing when to fight is even more important when it comes to street self-defense or real-life self-defense. When at disadvantage, one should always prioritize escape or flight over fight. Knowing how to fight in an octagon can make you a fighter, but not a survivor. No level of skill can protect you if you are highly outnumbered or the enemy has lethal weapons like knives or guns. Escaping or running is the most important law of self-defense, as that is the surest way using which you can defend yourself. Self-defense doesn't mean to fight or to harm the other. It means defending or protecting yourself and returning home alive. Then you can find another opportunity to fight for your cause or interest when you are not in a disadvantage anymore. Now, this is not only what I am saying. This is also one of the most important and one of the most crucial laws of guerrilla warfare. Guerrilla warfare is an historically successful form of civilian protest. Self-defense doesn't always mean to fight or to harm the other. A big part of self-defense is to analyze the situation, is to decide do you need to fight or not, and to choose the battles wisely. The difference between combat sports and martial arts is that combat sports teach you to win, to fight and win. But martial arts teach you to return home safely. Remember that even the lions have to run, leaving their prey behind when outnumbered by hyenas. That's it for today, guys. Please understand that my intentions are not to harm or hurt the feelings and the beliefs of an MMA fighter or someone who loves MMA. I myself personally hold a huge love and interest for MMA and may do MMA in future as well. So I know that MMA teaches everything that you need inside the octagon in order to fight an enemy. But apparently not everything for the streets, to fight a bunch of enemies with the weapons. And I aimed to highlight this one basic difference between MMA and real street defense. Thanks for being with us till this point. Hope you liked the video. If you did, then make sure you show your love by liking the video, commenting why you agree or why you disagree, subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel, and at the same time share the video with people whom you think the video can be helpful for. Thank you. We will meet you in the next video. Till then, take care, stay safe.